Hello, my name is Don Ayres and I'm the Technical Manager for PASMA, the Prefabricated Access Suppliers and Manufacturers Association. PASMA is the UK industry body for mobile access towers and the recognised provider for training and verification of competence with this type of access equipment. The PASMA training syllabus is delivered by more than 400 approved training centres throughout the UK. As a founder member of the Access Industries Forum, we deliver information and best practice for mobile towers, supported through research in conjunction with bodies such as the HSE and HSL, and product standards through our work with the BSI. I'd like to talk to you today about the recent PASMA Fall Protection Review and the methods of fall protection that are used on mobile access towers. The HSE and PASMA recognise and recommend two processes for fall protection on mobile towers. 3T, which stands for through the trap, and AGR, Advanced Guardrail. Both processes were approved in consultation with the HSE in 2005. Both processes are detailed in HSE guidance document CIS 10 and in the PASMA Code of Practice. First, let us look at the Advanced Guardrail process, otherwise known as AGR. AGR systems for mobile towers have only become widely available in the past few years and are now produced by at least 5 manufacturers in the UK. They're also available now from most leading hire companies. There are two principal types of AGR: integral and additional. An integral AGR system forms part of the structure of the mobile tower. The frames of an integral AGR system remain in the same position once installed in the tower, and they form the fall protection to the platform. That's the guardrails. Additional type AGR systems are an additional component to a conventional tower. They are a component or accessory that is used to install the guardrails. Integral type AGRs now appear to be superseding the additional type. "3T", through the trap method, was developed in 2005 in consultation with the HSE. At this time, it remains the most commonly used process for assembling and dismantling mobile towers. In the 3T method, the user never stands on an unprotected platform during assembly and dismantling of the tower. They work from a protected position within the platform trapdoor to install and remove the guardrails. As I mentioned earlier, the HSE guidance for mobile towers, CIS 10, recommends both the 3T and Advanced Guardrail process. And as I also mentioned, PASMA have recently carried out an extensive review of fall protection in mobile towers and published this report, which can be downloaded from the PASMA website. The very detailed review process was started in 2010, again in consultation with the HSE, and as a result of that review, the PASMA Technical Committee concluded that, when used in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and guidance, both methods continue to provide an acceptable, safe method of work. The HSE foreword to the report stated, "The principles regarding the use of both processes given in the HSE guidance tower scaffolds CIS-10 are still current. The AGR and 3T processes continue to provide recognised safe methods of work. So how did the technical committee reach this conclusion? There were practical and technical workshops where both processes were fully analysed and compared. During the review, the issue of the ergonomic aspects of installing and removing fall protection components in both the 3T and AGR processes was raised. The HSL, the Health and Safety Laboratories at Buxton, carried out a very detailed research project which looked at the ergonomics of both processes using state-of-the-art 3D modelling and a range of manual handling analysis techniques. The HSL research concluded that, with correct manual handling techniques and body positioning, the risks to manual handling related musculoskeletal health are kept within tolerable limits. That conclusion applies to both the 3T and AGR processes. One interesting recommendation that came from the HSL research is that in the 3T method, the seated position on the platform is preferable. When in the protected position within the trapdoor in the 3T method, the research shows that sitting firmly on the platform is better than standing on the axis with the lower back leaning against the trapdoor opening. Although the seated position places the centre of gravity of the user higher, the user is significantly more stable and secure than in the standing position on a rung of the access ladder or the end frame. In the 3T method, the seated position is safer and better overall. The research also showed that for persons of shorter stature, when building double-width 3T and AGR towers, you should consider specific measures to avoid overreaching. That may be manual handling techniques, body positions, the use of additional components, or other measures of equal or greater effectiveness. If you're considering the use of additional components, remember the possible benefits that may be derived must be considered against the additional manual handling tasks that will be required. The PASMA Training Committee also carried out an extensive study regarding the content of PASMA training related to AGR systems. As a result of the training review, PASMA has confirmed that current cardholders do not need to immediately be retrained in the use of the new type AGR systems. A trained PASMA operative will know that they must always have a copy of the manufacturer's instructions, and those instructions will enable a trained and competent operative to build an AGR tower safely. The training committee did, however, decide to expand the practical element of the standard Towers for Users course to specifically include integral AGR towers. There will also be an optional half-day PASMA training module, AGRs for tower users, for previously trained PASMA users where it has been assessed that additional training and the use of AGR systems would be desirable. So in summary, there are two processes recommended by PASMA and the HSE for mobile tower assembly and dismantling: 3T and advanced guardrail. The PASMA Fall Protection Review 2011 confirms that both processes continue to be acceptable to PASMA and the HSE. The HSL research has confirmed that both the 3T and AGR processes have acceptable manual handling techniques. If you are of shorter stature, you may need to consider the use of additional components or specific techniques or body positions. And the seated position in the 3T method is the preferable position. If you are a current PASMA card holder, you do not need to retrain until your current card expires. And there will be an optional half-day PASMA training module, AGRs for tower users, available for previously trained PASMA operatives, if necessary. I hope that this information has been useful, but if you have any more questions related to fall protection on mobile towers, then please do not hesitate to contact PASMA again. Thank you for listening.